Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be a video that I never thought I would have to make and never thought I would be making, but it is going to be my early miscarriage story. And I'm making this video to be informative and to be just raw and out there, because when I was going through my miscarriage, all I wanted to do was listen to other mamas' miscarriage stories. I wanted to feel like there were other women out there who are going through what I'm going through and not feel so alone through it. So if this is something you would be triggered by or something you don't want to hear about, just don't watch it. If you're, you know us in real life and you don't want to hear it, then just don't watch it. Like I said, I'm just making this video to share my story, and I feel like it's what I can do to honor this pregnancy. It's what I can do to move forward and maybe help some mamas out there that are going through what I just went through a month ago. I had my miscarriage on April 4th and it is April 29th, so I'm almost coming up to the 1 month mark. And yeah, so let's just get into it. So in the month of March, I had a really weird cycle. So we have never used protection. We have never prevented or tried to get pregnant. We just kind of go with the flow, and what the Lord gives us, the Lord gives us. So on cycle, I usually ovulate around the first week of the month is where my cycle falls to where I ovulate. So we assumed that was the time I was ovulating, and so we avoided sexual intercourse around that time, as we try to do. It's just natural family planning. We weren't planning to have another baby anytime soon. We weren't, if it happens, it happens, is kind of how we have always gone about it. And so 2 weeks after we thought I was ovulating, I got a positive, a week after we thought I was ovulating, I got a positive ovulation test. And I check my ovulation on test every once in a while just to see where I'm really at in my cycle and to just know my body more. So when I took the test, it was too late to avoid sexual intercourse, and so we knew that we could be pregnant. And so 2 weeks after I got the positive ovulation test, I got a positive pregnancy test, and we were excited and we were happy and we were kind of expecting it. And we just were like, okay, it's something that we will get through. It'll be hard with 4 babies, but we were just happy to be bringing another life into our family. And yeah, so we announced that we were pregnant about a week later. And I've always announced my pregnancies early. I've always told everybody because we're just excited, and I've never been one to want to hide things, because I feel like a baby is a blessing, and we just want to share the exciting news as soon as we find out. So around 4 weeks pregnant, I started noticing some nausea and craving fried eggs. And that's one of my favorite memories of this brief pregnancy, is that this baby must have loved fried eggs. So about 4 weeks pregnant, I noticed those things, and I started tracking my pregnancy test. So I got cheapy pregnancy tests online, and I started taking them daily just to make sure the HCG was progressing as normal, the line getting darker, And it was for about 3 days, and then I noticed that my HCG line on the test was starting to get slightly lighter, and I will add a picture here. And I have a close friend that I was talking to through it all, and her name's Emily. Emily, if you're watching this, thank you for being there for me through all of this and still being there for me today. She had been talking to her, and we're keeping an eye on it, because I felt like something was off. I felt like I was far enough into the pregnancy that my pregnancy test should be really dark. So that next morning I took another first response test, and I'll post a picture here. It was actively, blatantly darker than the one I took the day before. So it's like, okay, you know, that's great. That's good news. And then that day I also got a migraine, and I usually get migraines in the beginning and after pregnancy. So I was like, okay, you know, there's nothing to be worried about. Everything's good. I had a lot of hope. And then the next day was a Friday, and I went to the bathroom around 4 p.m. and I wiped, and there was pink blood on the toilet paper. And at first I was like, okay, you know, this could be nothing. I've heard tons of women bleed in early pregnancy, and so I just thought, you know, it's just nothing. So that was Friday, and every time I would go to the bathroom, the bleeding would get a little bit more intense. I didn't even have to wear a pad. It was mainly when I wiped, and so I just kind of chalked it up to, let's just see what happens. So Friday night, I was sitting on the couch, and my family and I were watching Disney's new Onward movie, and I started having cramps. And this is where I kind of knew. I just kind of sat on the couch and was in and out of my mind pretty much. And the bleeding had picked up a little bit, and I made myself 2 fried eggs to eat for dinner. And when I went to eat them, the first bite I took, it was gross. Like, I like eggs in general, but when I ate the eggs for dinner, it was not, they weren't good like they had been. And so I was just sitting there, and I was like, I feel like I'm gonna miscarry this baby, because not just because of the eggs, but because of everything. But the eggs, going from loving them and craving them to thinking they're gross, was really weird to me. I've never experienced anything like that before. And so that night I just told my husband, I said, I'm pretty sure I'm miscarrying the baby. I called the on-call doctor. She pretty much told me what to expect. It could go both ways. And so I put a pad on and I went to bed, and I cried myself to sleep because I feel like I just knew. And, you know, it's crazy how women, all the videos I watch, these women are saying the same thing. They just know. You just know your body, and you know when things are right, and you know when things are wrong. And I've had 3 healthy pregnancies that I am so thankful and so grateful for. So I know when things are off. So I woke up Saturday morning and around 7:30, and I went to the bathroom, and it was bright red bleeding. Like, not just pink spotting, it was red bleeding. I was very intensely cramping, and I went to the bathroom and I passed the baby. The baby was 5 weeks old, and that's when, I mean, I just knew. I knew what was going on. After I passed what I think was the baby, I passed not massive, but I passed quite a few big clots, and bled for a week after. But that whole day was Saturday when I passed the baby, April 4th, and that whole day is a blur. I spent my day in bed crying and grieving and just at a loss pretty much for what was going on. And it is so crazy to me how you can go from being pregnant and growing a life inside of you to like an instant, it's gone. Like, it's just mind-blowing. And to process that and to feel so full and know that you're carrying a life in you again, to not just, it is so hard. And my heart goes out to anyone right now who's going through it and is in the midst of it, because it is hard and you grieve and it comes in waves. And I'm 4 weeks out from my miscarriage, and I'm just now today to this point where I can talk about it without a full-blown panic attack. A week after my miscarriage, I had a mental breakdown. I had the evening to myself. My husband took the kids, and I tried filming this video, and it was too soon. It was way too soon, and I just lost it. I thought I was dying. I had a full-blown panic attack, heart racing, felt like I couldn't breathe. My mom had to come over and calm me down, and I feel like a week after it finally hit me and set in that I was not going to be bringing another baby into the world come December. And it just really sucks, guys. Having a miscarriage sucks. And I'm so sorry if you're going through it, if you've gone through it. I mean, it has been a life-changing experience, to say the least. So like I said, I'm 4 weeks out from it now. I stopped bleeding around a week postpartum from the miscarriage. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. The sadness and emotions of it comes in waves, but I trust in the Lord that there will be purpose from this pain, that maybe sharing my story and being able to help other mamas through it is the least that going through this can do. I know, and I have to put my faith and my trust in the Lord that something good comes of it. Whether that's somebody watching this just getting peace, knowing that, you know, it hurts and you're grieving and you're in the middle of all these emotions and pain, but that you come through it. That you come through it and you're a different person and you're stronger and you're, you know, I know that there has to be purpose in it. And I know that my baby is with Jesus. And that has been what has got me through it the most, is knowing who my baby is with. You know, there's a quote that I found. It says, I didn't get to hold my baby in my arms, but I know the one who is. And that is what keeps me having a positive outlook on just everything. And I just want to say thank you to all the people who reached out to me during this time. I got so many messages from so many women and friends who have gone through it. And I just really appreciate everybody so much. I got so much love and support, and I just appreciate everyone so much. I can't say that enough, but my husband has been so amazing through this. He has been my rock, and I feel like we have grown. When you have a new baby, you grow closer together in that with them. And I feel like having a miscarriage and going through it together and grieving together has just made us so much closer. And I just love him so much. And he's just amazing. And I'm so thankful to have him in my family and such an awesome support system. So I hope in some ways that this video, if you're going through this, has helped you. And I don't know, I feel like I needed to share and honor this pregnancy and this baby by sharing my story, because miscarriages are common and they're not taboo, and they're not something to be shameful about and something you need to hide. And I feel like I needed to do this to move forward, and I needed to do this in hopes that I will help somebody else get through it. So if you are going through it, just know you're not alone. If you need to message me or reach out to me, you can. I'm here. I'll link my Instagram down below. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all your love, and be sure to like and subscribe and comment. Thanks again for watching. Bye.